Hello, this is 3-7 multiplying two-digit numbers by two-digit numbers. Go ahead and label that on the top of your spiral notebook. All right, so yesterday or earlier today, you learned how to multiply a number by a one-digit number. One digit means that there's just one number on the bottom. So you know to solve this, you take the 2, you go straight up to the 4, and you say 2 times 4 is 8. And then you go over to the 10 spot, 2 times 4 is 8, so your answer would be 88. But today what you'll be learning to do is a two-digit number by a two-digit number. So it's going to look like this. So it has more steps that you are going to have to follow along with. All right, so go ahead and write this down in your spiral so you will have an example. Some of you will get this right off the bat and some of you will have trouble with it. If you have trouble with it, I'll show you a way after we do this problem that might help you out. So just follow along for this one, write it down in your spiral. We start with the 1 spot. So there's a 3 in the 1 spot. So now we just do our regular multiplication. We say 3 times 4. I wonder if I can make that a different color. I can. All right, we say 3 times 4 is 12. Drop the 2, carry the 1. And then we say 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13. All right, so this is where people get stumped. When I go from the 1 spot to the 10 spot, that means I'm done with this number right here. Done with it. So I need to drop down to the second row. It's kind of like I'm making a new paragraph. And I have got to add a placeholder. And I'm adding a placeholder in this place value in the ones because I'm done with that 3. So I add a 0 in the placeholder. Now I can start my regular multiplication. So I would say 2 times 4 is 8, and then 2 times 4 is 8. And that plus 1 throws some people off, but that was from the first time we did our multiplication. Add these numbers up. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11. Drop the 1, carry the 1. 8 plus 1 plus another 1 is 10. So our answer is 1012. All right, follow along with the next one again in your spirals so I can show you kind of my trick that I do with some people. All right, so if that first time confused you, definitely pay attention to this second one, even extra closer. All right, so what I tell my friends who are struggling with this is I say, if you have a two-digit by a two-digit, awesome. But that freaks some people out. So let's ignore the 5 for right now. So I am going to erase the 5. Okay, now I have to remember that I erased the 5 because if I don't remember that, it's going to bite me in the end because I won't get the right answer. But for right now, I'm erasing the 5. I'll put it over here so I'll remember it. All right, now I do regular multiplication. 7 times 7 equals... All right, so we dropped the 9, carried the 4, and now we need to do 6 times 7. And 6 times 7 is 42, plus 4 would give me 46. Oops, I'm using the wrong thing. 46. All right, so this is my partial answer. I'm not done with the problem because that was just 67 times 7. I still need to use the 5 that I had erased. I'm going to add the 5 back. When I add the 5 back and I move from the 1 spot to the 10 spot, that means I'm moving down. I have to add a placeholder 0 every time. Every time I move over, I have to add a placeholder 0. All right, now I am going to erase this up here, this plus 4, because all it is there to do now is to confuse you. You don't need it. You're done with it after you were done with the first row. So let's just do our regular multiplication. 5 times 7 is 30. Drop the 0, carry the 3. Okay. 5 times 6. Oh, I caught myself. I messed up. 5 times 7 is 35. Drop the 5. Carry the 3. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 3. 33. Add them up. Add my two partial answers up. Go straight down. 9 plus 0 is 9. 6 plus 5 is 11. 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 8. And drop down my 3. My answer should be 3,819. All right? So remember, if you're getting confused, just do one at a time. One digit on the bottom at a time. All right, we are going to try one together-ish, and then one completely on your own. Okay, we're going to try this one together. This is 98 times 45. So my first quiz question for you is, where do I start? Where do I start? With what number do I start with? Do I start with the 5 and the 8 or the 5 and the 9? I start with the 5 and the 8. Second quiz question, for those of you who like to ignore numbers. What number could I possibly ignore right now? All right, if you said the 4, you are correct. I'm going to take that 4, put it over here so I don't forget. Okay, and for those of you who answered the first quiz question right, you are right if you said we start with the 5 times 8. So let's go ahead and do that. 5 times 8 is 40. Drop the 0. Carry the 4. All right, what is my next step? Well, my next step would be 5 times 9. 9 times 5 times 9 is 45, plus 4 equals 49. Okay, now I'm done with this. What do I need to add back into my problem? I need to add back in my 4 that I took away. And when I move down, third quiz question, what do I need to add when I go from my 1 spot to my 10 spot? What do I need to add when I do that? Because I have to go down a level. If you said add your placeholder 0, you are correct. Big fat 0. All right, what can I erase that I will not need to use this time around? What can I erase? I can erase the plus 4. I don't need that right now. Okay? If I keep that up there, it might confuse me later. Now I just multiply. 4 times 8 gives me 32. Put my plus 3 up top. 9 times 4 is 36. Plus 3 is 39. When I add these up, I should get my answer. What is my answer? So if you added these up correctly, we should have 0, we should have 11, we should have 14, and 4. So my answer should be 4,410. If you got that, yay for you. All right, your one that you are doing on your own is 96 times 33. We will talk about it here in a minute, but I want you to solve that all by yourself. Okay, so I paused the video and I don't know where I left off. So this is your quiz question. I don't know if I've said that already, but it's 96 times 33. Go ahead and fill out the answer in your quiz question, and I am going to solve it. So I'm going to solve it the way I want to, which is erasing this 3, putting it over here. All right, now I just do regular multiplication. 3 times 6 is 18. Drop the 8, carry the 1. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1, 28. All right, add that 3 back. So, and then I'm going to erase this plus 1 up there because that's only there to confuse me. Now, when I move from the 3 in the 1 spot to the 3 in the 10 spot, that means I'm going down. That means I have to add my big fat 0. Now, just start multiplying again. 3 times 6 is 18. Drop the 8, carry the 1. 3 times 9, 27 plus 1, 28. Now I add straight down. 8 and 8, 16, carry the 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 3. The answer you should have got is 3,168. I hope you did well. If you did not, we'll work extra hard tomorrow. Good luck, and I will talk to you later. Bye.